around on a Segway. It was the trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Where's school? Is that what you're talking about or no? Oh.
In Golden Gate Park. Oh. Do you like the way Beck's doing this?
Yeah. I do. Thank you, Beck. You're hired.
I'm working on it.
We were having a discussion about MV3. What do you remember about MV3? That TV show?
There was a TV show when I was a kid. It was sort of like American Bandstand. They play music videos and kids would dance. All the cool kids.
Yeah, I wish I remembered it. I don't.
Was your goal to get on that show back then?
I didn't even know how you get on a show like that. Yeah, it wasn't even in my, But it was, it's like, I guess you could relate it to something like Hairspray or something, but with new wave saxophones.
The video, the new single, by the way, which is in the TV commercial. When are you going to find and release that so we can play it?
Oh yeah, well, the record's it'll be soon. Yeah, it's soon. It's forthcoming.
Okay, because you should shoot an MP3 video for that.
That would be good. That's a good idea, actually.
Is it true that you really didn't you make a heavy metal aerobics video way back in the day? And could you ever recreate that?
Heavy metal aerobics. It sounds like something we would have done, but I don't know if we actually can take credit for that.
So when this new, because we have this new song, but we're not really supposed to be playing it because I think it's not completely done or something. But when, is it going to be, because we've got Dreams and we have Wow, is there going to be a new album soon, Beck?
Yes, there's going to be a new record. It was supposed to come out this year. We're still finishing it, so I don't think there's an official date, but it's forthcoming. It's in the next few months.
Who are you working with on this?
Greg Kirsten.
And who is that? Yeah. Will you talk about
Greg Kirsten is a producer, keyboard player. He was in my band years and years ago. He did the Sea Change tour with me, and he's played on almost all my records since then. So he's an old friend, and so he produces, and he's got a studio.
He's been in a couple of bands too?
Yeah, I mean, he's played with everybody from, he was, session musician and that kind of thing. So now he does, he did Adele, Hello, he does a lot of pop records. He's worked with the Shins, all kinds of people. He's played on many of my records, and we wrote these songs together. Yeah.
You've been working. I love that you are holding the microphone. By the way, I can't take it seriously.
How am I doing?
You're doing an excellent job. Really good. You've been working on this new record though for at first it was going to come out in 2015, and then.
That's right. It was supposed to come out in 2015.
Working on it for a while, right?
Yeah, we've been working on it since 2013, so it's been about 4 years. And what happened is the last record got a lot more momentum than expected, and we ended up touring a long time with that. And then, there's things like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then I worked with Chemical Brothers and Flume and all these other people. So there's a lot of detours, and and the record.
How does that phone call go when the Chemical Brothers call you up? What do they just go, Beck? But how does that work? Or do they get you through MySpace, or how do they get a hold of you guys?
They asked and then sent over a song, and then so I sat with it for a few weeks and just wrote as many ideas as I could think of, and that's what's on the record.
Yeah, and then what? Do you record your parts and send it back to them?
Yeah, exactly. And then they use about 10% of the ideas, and that's the story of my life.
Who do you want to work with in the future? If somebody called you up and said?
Yeah, I was trying to get him on WoW. We tried to get Pharrell on WoW. We tried to get Vince Staples on WoW. Trying to get a lot of people on WoW. What's that? It's a timeshare. It's a time shifting, sharing thing. We all share, but yeah, we kind of. But he's been with us since this summer. But yeah, the record, it was supposed to come out this year, but it's not ready till it's ready. Yeah.
How's your back?
It's okay. It kind of comes and goes.
What exactly happened? Was it like an injury, like you fell or something?
Yeah, it's sort of an injury. I did a video where I was in a harness for about 3 days. was all choreographed, and the video was shot in real time. So normally with the video you shoot 10 seconds of it, or 5 seconds, or one shot, and they edit it together. This was all done live. So anyway, I was up there for too long, and I did some damage, unfortunately.
You're better now?
Yeah, it's kind of comes and goes. Yeah. Definitely better than I was. Yeah.
Has it affected your live show? Have you had to kind of change the way you do things, or it wasn't that serious?
For a time, yeah, for a time.
Did it affect you? Did it bum you out too? Because Morning Phase was a more mellow, beautiful record, and then this one, Wow and Dreams, have a little more get up and go.
Yeah, I think this record, was mostly inspired by the live show. The shows that we're playing, and the audiences, and that kind of energy. Record like Morning Phase is very specific. It's a certain group of songs, and there's a sound and a feel. And just, throwing in something that's a bit more upbeat or loud, has heavy guitars, just, I don't know, it just doesn't, it never feels right for me.
What always confuses me is how you're able to write a Morning Phase type of record and then follow it up with something that's radically different. And still, it's my favorite records that you do. Every time one of your albums comes out, it's like the same thing. You get to digest it. But Morning Phase comes over you like molasses, and I don't know. There's a little bit of sriracha in there at the same time. Is that right? Is that close?
I think it's yeah.
Sweet, and then at the same time, there's a real, it makes you cry. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit more.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully it's a few things. I read that it was maudlin, or it was too sad, but I remember working on it a lot to have it. So it wasn't just something that was maudlin or something that it had some affirmation about it, but it also had some harsher things. It's not just peaceful, go to sleep music. There's a little bit of yeah.
Clock radio, those has a little CD. That's the CD that starts still to this day.
Really? Okay. It's a good wake up. Yeah.
Your dad did the strings, the first track.
Yeah, we did those.
It's just like you hear that and you're like, it's the best. Morning becomes erective, I guess would be the way to look at it. It's
right.
One of the best intros of all time.